Today I'm going to show you how I finished Tech's armor. So, he's not here, so let's just get right into how I finished it. Okay guys, so to start everything out, we are going to resin all the armor. So let's get right into that process. Okay guys, so what you want to do for the epoxy resin, so what it is, it's a two-part. So you mix one part epoxy and then the one part resin hardener. Then you mix them together for in between 2 and 5 minutes, and then you brush it on top. Make sure you use brushes that are disposable, because once you're done, the brushes will harden with the resin inside, so you don't want to ruin a nice, good brush that you spent a lot of money on, because you cannot wash them out. And then you just do a few coats over everything. So most pieces got 2, some got 3, some even got 4 layers. So you just want to make sure that everything is still good guys, so when you're done. All the pieces of Tech, they're all sanded and smooth. So now what we have to do, we're going to cover all the corrugation with some blue painter's tape. So let's go. So what I'm doing right now is I'm covering all the corrugation on this build. So what I'm doing, I'm taking some hot glue, putting it down, taking blue painter's tape, gluing it on top, and then folding it in just to cover all the crease lines. And I'm doing the same thing for some seams down the middle. So once all the seams and all the corrugation is covered, we can start to paint. So all the corrugation is all covered up. Now it's time to give everything the base coat of white. So let's do it. So Tech is a clone trooper, and as you guys know, most clone troopers have a base layer of white. So that's what Tech has. We do a nice base coat of white over all of the pieces. So right here, just all the pieces, every single piece. Sometimes you have to do more coats. Some pieces require more coats than others. I did at least 2 coats on each piece. I would recommend putting down a base on top, like a nice gray on top. That would just help you see what pieces need more paint and which pieces are good. Okay guys, so some pieces are all painted white. Some of them are getting another coat, just so everything has an even coverage. But the backpack is all done painted white. So as pieces are done, I'm going to start masking them off. So let's start masking all the pieces. Okay guys, so all the armor is all painted white now. Now what I can do, I can mask off every area that I want to be red and then just paint it red. So I'm going to do that right now. Before I started masking, I went over to the 501st website, and then I went to the Tech section, and I just masked off based on the reference images. And once everything's masked off, you do in between 2 and 4 layers of red. You don't want to do 1 because it won't have an even coverage. You want to do at least 2. If you're using a spray paint, you could probably get away with 1 or 2. So all the red is painted on. Now I have all of the dark gray areas all masked out, so that's what I'm going to work on next. Okay guys, so now all the dark gray is painted on. Now it's time to do the light gray spots. There's only 2 pieces, so there's the left gauntlet, my bad, so there's this area there. And then on the chest piece, those 2 details right there. So let's get to painting. So painting the light gray is basically the exact same as painting the red and painting the dark gray. You just paint inside the lines that we masked off. So the main pieces that have light gray are the chest. So we have all the base painting done. Now we have to add all of the little logos on the shoulder. So we have the 99 there, and then the skull and 99 there. So let's get right to it. I do not recommend freehanding these pieces. What I would do, I would print out a template and then just use the template for these pieces. The 99s came out okay, but the skull, I admit, the skull is not the best. You could definitely do better if you got a nice template and you just painted over that. So that's what I recommend. Okay guys, so we have all the logos and the 99s all done. Now what we're going to do, since we have the white out, we're just going to add all the white chip paint all throughout all the suit of the armor. So let's go. So what I do with the white, I just go over all of the pieces that I already painted. And I just add chip marks. So on the red, on the gray, the dark and light gray, and that is basically it for the white. You just want to add some chip marks and some scuffs to make it look worn and not brand new. Okay guys, so we have the white all on. now it's time to add the gray weathering. So the first we're going to do the light gray. So we have regular gray and then just add a little bit of white. But now it's time to start weathering. For the weathering, you want to do 2 passes. You want to do one with regular gray mixed with black and one with gray mixed with a little bit of white to get a lighter and darker one. You want to get the darker one in all of the areas where the moisture would accumulate, and then the light gray on everything else. So right here, we have the light gray being brushed all over the pieces. Okay guys, so I tried Tech On for the first time yesterday, and there's just a few minor modifications I want to make. So I'm just going to start making them. So the first thing, I want to add Velcro to all these pieces so everything stays in place, so let's go. After my first test fit, I figured out a few pieces that could use a little bit of adjusting. So here I am gluing down some Velcro on the back of the belt and then adding Velcro on the armored belt. And then I'm doing the same thing for the pouches on the legs. And with these tiny upgrades, the costume is done. Watching to the end of the video how I finished Tech off. So the reason he's not here right now, so usually I have the helmet right here. The reason it's not here, it's all packed up in a bin, getting ready to go to New York Comic Con. So I will be going in on the 6th and 7th. So if you're there and you want to see me, just private message me over on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description below. But my next video is going to be out in a few days. I'm also taking the New York Comic Con to Batman, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And once you're down there, hit the bell icon and make sure to like the video. See you guys next time. Goodbye.